I'm about to annihilate this annihilation. And that got me. If you are dead and you're sick of this happening to you, then I have a guide for you. This is basically the easiest method and easiest way I figure out how to beat it. Because sometimes, honestly, this boss could just be completely unfair in stage 2. Alright, first off, let's talk about items. So what you want to be equipping is items that you don't heal, when you kill and stuff. You want items that actually heal you naturally. For example, when you roll, or when you have a shield up, you get a heal or something like that. So anything that involves healing you naturally is fantastic. And the second items you want to equip is basically things that increase your damage. Alright, so the method that I found that works the best on this boss is when you straight up are relentless on him. So if I'm like passive aggressive on this guy, I'm not winning, I'm just slowly dying, basically. I'm healing myself more than I'm doing damage. So you want to be relentless on this guy. And another thing I noticed is you always want to be staring at this enemy's face. If you're staring at their face, you kind of know what attack is happening next, and you know when to dodge. You also learn what noises make what. So even if you weren't looking, you could actually learn how to dodge with that same sound. So what you just saw me do is when I first entered the fight is I used up all my skills and mods and just went crazy on the boss's face. And that's how I dropped him down half health. From there, it's actually incredibly more challenging though, because this second part I basically have to participate with his mechanics. And this is when you really want to master the mechanics of this fight. Because if you don't learn this part right here, the second phase will be nearly impossible. So we're going to want to get very comfortable with this. And my goal right here is to basically recharge all my cooldowns. That way, when the second phase goes off, I could kill him even faster. Alright, let's talk about the mechanics. When you see him raise his arm, he's slaying the sword down, which you gotta dodge left on that. And if you see him go backwards, he's going to be doing an underslash, and the best way to dodge that is rolling forward. And it's followed by a slam, which is another good one to roll forward on. When Annihilation does these slams, they're triggered usually by 2 or 3 of them. And when these balls come up, you basically want to kill as many as you possibly can. The reason is they all kind of attack, at the same time, but they hit you at different times. So if you don't kill most of them, you're basically 100% dead, because you can't dodge them, and they do a shit ton of damage. Also avoid going in those circles, because you'll get entangled by the corrupted roots, and you have to spam X to get out of it. And it's a very deadly stage, because you're entangled, but the boss is still freely going, so you want to spam it and get out of that as soon as you possibly can. If you see Annihilation pull the blade to his left, that means he's doing a sweep attack, so just be ready to roll on that one. And the boss is going into 2 slams, and if you get your roll perfect, you will completely dodge him. The one thing I'd like to do before getting this second stage is I just like going around the map and grabbing ammo, just ease on, relaxing. But I kind of rushed it through there just because the balls appeared and I didn't want to shoot them. So here we go into the second stage. This second stage may seem completely unfair until you 100% get it. First thing you want to do is go slightly right. You want to dodge this thing that comes down. It could KO you on the entrance. I'm playing this on Veteran, and I've got KO'd just coming into the second stage multiple times, just by with everything hitting you. Now what you want to do is you want to go to this front right. This is the easiest spot I've found to fight the boss, just because a lot of the attacks completely miss you here. And anytime you hear this blade slide, you just roll, and you see those other bars highlight in front of you, you just roll. Anytime you see explosive under you, you just roll. But one thing you never want to do is roll forward, because if you roll forward, you could fall off the cliff, because I brought you all the way to the front, okay? So definitely don't do it. I've done it twice. So the second phase is super challenging. Probably one of the hardest bosses I've ever fought. But what you gotta do is basically kind of memorize where you were in the last phase, because it always goes back to the same spot in the last phase when it switches you over. And you know, when you get switched to this phase, this guy's usually doing like something like a KO hit on you as soon as you enter, so you just got to be ready to dodge, because you could die as soon as you enter the other phase. Just like the other phase, you want to kill these balls as fast as you can, because they could KO you, and they do more damage. There's also things in the way, so focus more time on those than you do in the other phase. I would say my biggest piece of advice I could give you on phase 2 is still just paying attention to the phase. If you're following the phase and you're listening to the sounds and learning what the sounds are, you know when to dodge. The main thing you want to avoid is when they're doing a kill attack and switching the phase, there could be another kill attack happening. And so just be ready to roll sometimes twice if needed. Don't be like too gun happy in this second phase, just shoot when the time is right. Oh, and he also sweeps from the other direction too, I forgot to mention that. But as you see, it's just straight up chaos here. But all I'm doing right now is just trying to charge my mod so I can get it up. Now I'm going to use all my skills, increase my damage. This is when, you know, the time matters, boys and girls. This is the moment. We gotta seize it. Here we go. Oh, he changed phase on me right when I was about to get crazy. Just blast him. And Annihilation just got annihilated. So that is the end of phase 2. We are entering phase 3, and don't worry, phase 3 is nothing like the last phase. So phase 3 comes, and basically the root was regenerating, and she's basically resetting the planets so we could give another go, and yada yada yada. You can't really shoot up the dude, so, but you do gotta worry about his little minions that are running around. So this guy's unshootable, as you see, and you just gotta, you don't have to kill these guys, you basically just have to survive here for about 30 seconds. If you survive here, you win. So just stay alive, don't let these guys kill you, they're everywhere. There it is. And if you make it this far, that means you did it, and I'm stoked for you. So after all the steps, it'll look like she's giving birth to the Rild, and you should see these credits, and these credits basically mean job well done. You get to play the game again now. Yeah. So have fun, and I hope this helped you. Please subscribe, and let me know if there's any other bosses people are struggling with, and I'll try to come out with a guide for it.